Okay, so I just need to preface this video by saying that I am really dumb. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So for those of you who are watching this and haven't heard of what a white van scam is, basically it's a scam that originated in big box store parking lots like Home Depots or Walmarts or just like any Best Buys even. Just big stores where you can like discreetly park a van. And where the white van scam comes from is usually it was these people who would come up to you as you were leaving the store, entering the store, and basically asking you if you wanted to buy some audio visual equipment or like speaker systems, with the idea that, oh, they forgot their receipt and they don't want this equipment, so they're not gonna go into the store and return it, or that the store wouldn't accept the return, and so they're happy accepting a loss for it. And they'll say something like it's super, super good equipment, high quality and luxury, and like there will be a price tag on it, and they may even show you a receipt. Little did I know when this happened to me that the receipt was totally fake. Or maybe it was real and it was probably fake. And it was just like a hand-drawn receipt. I had no idea where this came from. Anyways, so basically these people would approach you in the van and be like, hey, we have this equipment, we're happy taking a loss for it, and they'll throw out a number, and usually that number is just a little high, and then they'll ask you, oh, well, what would you give us for it? And they will, they're putting the ball into your court. You can put out a number, and then basically you'll walk away feeling like you got the better end of a deal, only to go home and find out that the equipment you purchased, despite it looking really, really nice in the box, completely sealed, packaged, whatever, you will go home and you'll realize that none of the equipment was really up to the par of like even what's written on the box, nor what the people that sold it to you described. And that is the white van scam. So my story really begins a couple weeks ago, when I was walking my dog in downtown Los Angeles, just really close to where I live, and I was probably not even 2 minutes away from my studio, and when these guys approached me in like this red hatchback, and they just rolled their window down. I was listening to some music, so I thought maybe they were gonna ask me for directions, and they're like, hey, would you want some audio visual equipment? And I was like, I don't really know, like, I'm walking my dog, and they're like, no, it's like super good stuff. Do you want to just like take a look? And I was like, well, why the heck not? So they open up their hatchback. I'm looking in their trunk and just like seeing all these boxes of equipment, and there's like a lot of stuff there. It looks like really new and really shiny. The guys go on to explain that they work for a company called like Audio Extreme or Extreme Audio, based in Orange County. And their client that was somewhere around here either didn't want the equipment, or they gave me some story that it was like their client decided they didn't want to go through with the project, and they had already bought all this equipment, but that the store that they bought it from wouldn't accept returns. On the surface, didn't really sound very fishy. The guys were super nice. They were like playing with my dog, complimenting him and his behavior and everything. I thought they were just like super nice guys who were just like genuinely trying to offload some equipment that they had no use for. In my experience, I had no reason to believe any differently. I have never in my life been scammed before. Before this moment, like genuinely went through life with the thought that people had genuine good intentions for you, and that like I had never been scammed before. I had maybe like heard of people getting scammed in the past, friends of friends of friends, but nothing that has like directly affected me or my family or anything like that. So I was not expecting to be scammed. Little did I know, I was playing right into their hands as like a naive person. So basically they're like, yeah, so we're offloading this equipment, would you want it? And I was like, well, sure. And they're like, well, we paid like $10K for it. Would you be willing to give us like, I don't know, $2K? We're fine at taking it at a loss. We just want to make some of our money back. And like that immediate number like made me go like, oh no, thank you. Even though I was in the market for like some of the stuff that they had in their trunk, like I was looking for a speaker system for my studio, and I was looking for a projector and a projector screen and all of that. All of these things were in the trunk. And even though they had all of that, I was like, oh, 2K like sounds pretty steep. Like, I don't know you guys. Like, and then I was like, okay, sorry guys. And I like started to walk away, and they're like, well, wait a minute. What would you give us? And I was like, still in the mindset that they weren't like trying to scam me. Like, I didn't want to like lowball them, but I also wanted to make sure I was getting a good deal. So like, just purely speculative off the stuff that I saw, I was like, well, would 1.5K be okay? And this guy was a great actor. I'm gonna give it to him. Like, they really had me fooled in how friendly they were. And he's like, oh, dude, I don't know, like 1.5 sounds like a little low, but you know what, we'll give it to you. We'll give it to you for 1.5. And in my head, I'm like, oh, dope, I'm getting a really good deal. So I'm like, well, I can't really carry all this stuff to my place, so since I wasn't really that far, I was like, well, let's just like go drive over there. And just as somebody who sells stuff on like OfferUp and Craigslist sometimes, just like resell stuff, I don't wanna like send somebody money and then them not give it to me. So I had them like take all of the equipment out of their trunk and set it down in front of my building, just so like they couldn't like run away with it. And basically I go through the process of like, half of it on Zelle, half of it on Venmo, because it's limits or whatever. And basically these guys are just like smiling, just happy. I'm chatting with them about like what I do and events that like I've thrown. Just like thinking back on all this, I think, wow, I am the most gullible human being in the entire world. And they're being so friendly. The guy gives me his number. So I have an iPhone, and you know, when you text somebody with another iPhone, and I'm pretty positive the guy had an iPhone, it's supposed to turn blue. Well, his like turned green. And I just thought nothing of it at the time. He had my phone and he texted his number. Looking back, he should have probably texted me. Whatever. I'm never going to fall for something like this again, and hopefully nobody else does. And basically I get upstairs to my unit after taking all this stuff up, and I'm looking up the brands of the equipment. And even though I had read the box, and like I even had scanned this QR code, which I learned was a tell of these things, that like the QR code has the retail price on it and everything, just to make you think that you're getting a good deal when you do these scams. But I go to the websites and basically can't really find any information about these things. Like, the websites are they look functional. They have like the names of the products and like pictures, and they have like mild descriptions, but there's really no place to contact. There's like no place where you can get the details and the specs, like the exact specs. There's no like instruction manual or anything. So I was getting a little sussed out by this. I'm just like going through the brands. I'm opening the boxes, like trying to figure out how to put it together, because I got like a surround sound speaker system, I got a Bluetooth speaker, and then I got a projector screen, and then they like threw in something similar to a GoPro, but it is very much not a GoPro. I'm looking these brands up, nothing's coming up. I'm looking up reviews on YouTube. That was a sign that like, I just wanted to see like, oh, had other people put this system together? Saw nothing on YouTube, like zero. Just like like one single video that was just like showing the product specs, but nothing. It didn't even really show like an unboxing or anything. You didn't even really see the product. It was just like, this is the SW3 and here are the specs. And then it just like lists them on the screen. It's like a minute video. Anyways, couldn't find really anything. And just looking at the equipment, I wasn't really sure how to get it to work as somebody who doesn't really do audio. There's like this red and black like place for wires, but they didn't include any wires in the box. And then the Bluetooth one didn't have like any buttons for Bluetooth. There was nothing on it that like indicated to me that I could Bluetooth into this. Like there was literally no buttons, none at all. So how I discovered that I got white van scammed, as as it comes to be shown, is I looked up all the brands. So like the first brand, or like the brand of most of the products, is PSW. Never heard of this brand in my entire life, but it's like, it just like looked legitimate. The box was totally sealed, like I said. But when I got to the brand of the projector, which basically I stumbled upon a Reddit post, and it was basically like, DLA projectors is a white van scam. And I was like, shoot. What is a white van scam? So then I go down this rabbit hole. I read the Reddit post, and they're basically like, okay, so these guys are going around selling these projectors and projector screens, and it's a scam. Like, they aren't what they advertise. Like, yes, the projector will work, but it's not as advertised. Like, the projector that these people told me I was getting, they said it was like worth $4,500. I open up the box. This thing's made of the cheapest plastic. The projection is not that bright. It does work, but it is not a $4,500 projector. I go back to text the number, and I was like, hey guys, that wasn't cool. Why did you guys scam me? And obviously the guy gave me a fake number. And there were so many signs along the way that I should have just picked up on. That me being a gullible, like 23-year-old, I just played right into their hand. So I recorded a lot more, but in the interest of making this video a little bit shorter, I just wanted to present a list of things that you should look out for when you're trying to avoid a white van scam. Number 1, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Number 2, don't buy things from random people that approach you on the street. And number 3, if you are going to buy something from somebody random on the street or anywhere, do your research. Even while you're in front of them, look them up on YouTube. Press as many links as possible. Like, get as much information as you possibly can. If you don't find something on YouTube, or you don't find a review of the item, it probably doesn't actually exist. It's probably fake. And even if they do have a website and it looks really good on the surface, dig deep in there. Like, you want videos, you want to see people using this product, you want to hear from actual people instead of a website. And the other telltale sign is if they don't have a contact page on their website of any kind, or like an FAQ or anything like that, it's probably fake. I'm gonna put a list of brands in the description of below that people have found are white van scam brands. Hopefully then the algorithms of Google and search platforms will show you this video instead of one of their stupid websites. I know people that know me are going to be making fun of me for a little while for falling victim to this scam. However, I'm taking it as a learning experience. I know I made a mistake at this point, and I'm just trying to help other people that are like me or that have never experienced a scam before, like, get woke that these things are happening and still do occur. People don't always have your best interests at heart, as sad as that is. That being said, I have your best interests at heart. Don't fall victim to these scams, or at least try not to. And if you do, just know that there is lots of people out there that are as gullible as you and me. So no, you're not the only one, and at least they didn't shank you or something. That would be a whole lot worse than just losing some money. Yeah, anyways, have a good rest of your day. Don't get white van scammed. Don't get scammed. Like, go eat avocado toast or something. Yeah, or go do some planting, or go to a nursery or something. All right.